Lindsay and Whitney here with Ryan and Rose, and we are doing a 2020 recap. Man, it's been a crazy year.
It has been a crazy year. 2020.
I think this will be a year that we remember for a very long time.
Yes.
Well, it's
they thought Y2K was going to be a thing.
Oh.
That was nothing. 2020 was what we were all needed to be preparing for, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's weird because it feels like it's gone by so fast, yet it feels like it was so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like even January, when I was writing down everything that we'd done, I was just like, that was this year? Oh my gosh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
But here we are at HQ, and the team's working behind us, and it's just crazy to think that we've been in the building for a year.
Almost a year, yeah.
I know January we did the Target party. You can watch that video on YouTube. And then we moved in the next week.
The next week,
Yeah.
we had the Target party, so nothing was in here for that party, and then we moved everything in the next week, yeah.
And then we launched in Target
Yes.
across the United States. So we started off January with the bang.
It was a big January.
yeah.
2020 started out really good.
I think the thing that surprised me the most is we launched the holder in January. And I thought, it's just hard because I just feel like we've had it forever, but it's only been a year.
Yeah,
Like,
I love it.
yeah, it's one of my
And you've already made improvements, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So at first one, it just had the holes, and now it has more holes for more drainage.
Yeah.
Always improving. We also started a blog in January, and we added the text messaging.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of y'all use that. If you don't, you need to sign up. We do a lot of surprise stuff through text messages. So, but yeah, that's just January. And then February, dun dun dun, the words Corona
Yeah.
popped up. And talking to Judy, I think most people probably don't know is like Chinese New Year's in February.
They're usually closed for like a 2-week period, so we're prepared for that.
Yes. Basically, this year what happened, and Judy's our manufacturer. We talk about Judy all the time. Like, she's my BFF because I talk to her every day. Now you talk to her pretty much every day. But Chinese New Year hit, and basically they go home to their home city, and COVID hit, and then they couldn't get out. So basically, Judy and all the other the people who work for the company that manufactures a lot of our products went home, but they couldn't get back. So it was weeks and weeks and weeks that they couldn't even get back to start making products.
Yeah.
And then, so like people were like trickling in, March, April, and so it was just a very uncertain time.
Yeah.
I know for us, I think you started hearing it in February, and then it really sunk in March.
March was when it hit, I feel like, U.S., and like there was a chance of a lot of things closing down in the U.S.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Because we were supposed to go, I know I'm talking about it, Whitney's going to get sad, she might cry. We were supposed to go to Disney.
We were supposed to go to Disney World for spring break.
Yes.
And it was like the day before we were supposed to leave, they shut down Disney World.
Yeah.
I was like...
And we were supposed to go to Disney World, well then we canceled, then we're like, we'll go to Disneyland. And then it was like, oh no, Disneyland.
They closed Disneyland, so then we were like, okay, we're moving back to World. And then the day before, I think they closed Disney World too.
Yeah.
So
I think
it was a sad day.
we're glad we weren't stuck in Florida. But it was spring break, so like that was kind of the first week we took off with the girls, and then they never went back to school. Brett became a stay-at-home dad, and they had a lot of fun. No school was done, but they learned how to change some tires, and I don't know, they made some really cool stuff. Like they made the cutie claw.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And the cutie store, and the slide.
Didn't you make a rocket? Was that then too, or was that Christmas? She was in her little.
No, I think that was before.
Oh, okay.
Before Target. But yeah, wow. And it's like, oh, that was this year. So I know with COVID, a lot changed here.
Yes.
As well. It pretty much changed how we ship and how we ran Ryan and Rose.
Yeah, we had to go back to shipping as an individual, so we separated everyone. At that time, we were kind of shipping in teams, just to kind of lessen mistakes and just kind of build like teamwork. But it was like not safe at that point, so we kind of separated everybody out. You were pulling your own bins. You were wearing a mask when you were not at your desk. Sanitize and everything. Yeah.
it was just me and Brett were talking the other day, like back then we called it Corona. Now you call it COVID, and you don't even hear, like, it's just how much we know now that we didn't know then. It was just the unknown. We're pretty grateful that we had always kind of planned far in advance that, we weren't waiting on products, where a lot of other businesses were like, oh my God, they were just, their Chinese manufacturers or wherever couldn't get what they needed to get. And I think it changed us as well as how we did business, because I don't think I've shared this story, but I remember when kind of March hit, it was just very, I'm telling you, I was on my knees praying to the Lord, because it was very unknown. Like, taxes were about to be due. We still, like, what if we had to close? What if I still had to pay my employees without money coming in? And it was just a lot of the things that our businesses that are facing right now. And it's stressful. It's crazy. And I think back at that time, me and Brett just kind of prayed, and we're just like, Lord, we give it to you. We give it to you. And in that, we prayed, like, what do you want us to do? How do you want us to do this? And I think we never had to close at Ryan and Rose. Praise Jesus.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus, that we live in Tennessee. Thank you, Jesus. But we did change how we worked and how we shipped, and we're very, make sure we did the right thing.
Yeah.
But we kept like colors, like with the thought of we might have to close tomorrow.
Yes.
We're gonna push out another color. I don't even remember what those colors were, but it's like we used to do every other week. Do y'all remember? We did every other week. We did a limited edition color. Well, in March, April, we were like, we might have to close.
We're like, oh, let's do this. Let's do taupe.
Yeah.
I think Hazel maybe was next, and we were,
We just, every week, we just started launching a new color, a new color, a new color. And that really changed how y'all got used to limited edition colors. And we're like, can we go back to how we used to do it?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just crazy how all of that changed. And I think also it's a lesson for me, and for, like, I feel like it's a huge testimony, like, with kind of trying to figure out how to say this. So, like, if we had to close tomorrow, we wouldn't be able to pay our taxes, and we wouldn't be able to pay our employees. We needed to stay open for that period of time to be able to pay that. And if y'all know, we've never borrowed money. We have no debt. We've always relied on the Lord 110%. And so it's just, I didn't think 2020 would be a year that I'd have to really, go back to that, like, just depending on Him. I mean, I've always depended on Him, but, like, really, before, when I was smaller, I only had, like, a few people that worked for us.
And we were working out of their house.
Yeah.
So you didn't have, like, a building. So, like, we had just bought the building in January.
And we paid cash for the building. So then in March, you're like, did we do the right thing? Oh my gosh, we just paid cash for a building, and now we can't pay our, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot. And so I think just sharing, that's what I want to share, my testimony, my story, to be like, God got us through this. And if you're in a similar situation, give it to Him. Times are tough, but.
Yeah. Well, you had 70 people's families' livelihoods on your shoulders of, like, we need to be able to pay all of our families. So it was just so great that we didn't have to close.
Praise Jesus. Like, I feel like I should. Praise Jesus. And I think it's hard too, because you're like, I'm celebrating over here that, at the end of 2020, and I know some people aren't able to celebrate. They've had a hard year. It's not been fun. It's been stressful. A lot of jobs have been lost. And so it's sometimes like when it's like, I want to share my testimony, but like, oh, am I going to make somebody feel sad? But I think just remembering, like, telling your story.
Well, and I think what 2020 kind of shared with us is to be thankful for what you do have. I mean, I feel like we take so much for granted these days, and I felt like 2020 kind of stripped away everything that you might find joy in, and you really have to find it in Jesus, and He's going to be our security.
Preach! So yeah, a lot changed in March, how we ship. Praise the Lord, like you said, we didn't have to close, and we were able.
It was really like a day to day, week to week. Like, we were like, okay, are we going to be here next minute? We don't know. Let's launch something.
Yeah, launch.
Yeah.
And I think people have been like, hey, like, how are y'all doing? And I'm like, we're exhausted because we really feel like we've been going nonstop since February, March.
Yeah.
Like, this team has kicked butt, worked hard. Just, we've we're exhausted.
Yeah.
In a good way, and we're not complaining. We're just
We're thankful to be exhausted.
We're thankful to be exhausted in our cutie community and the family and all that you guys do for us. So that changed. Shipping changed. We continue to rely on the Lord, and April. So we started the referral program. That was cool.
It started out at $5, right? And now, it went to $7 in November as like a perk, right?
Yeah. And now it's back to $5. So basically, if you refer somebody, they get, and they're a new customer, they get $5, and you get $5. So y'all have loved that. We got the cutie tinsel patent. I think that was our first patent. Yeah, because we did the dance. Was it in that? No, it was back. We did the dance in the room.
Oh, in the warehouse?
Yeah. Then we launched the Aloha pouches. It wasn't these two that we launched first, but the RR with the polka dots. And I think that's what we launched first.
Actually, didn't we launch those in 2019 around Christmas?
I don't remember. Maybe. So, Aloha. And then we did the first Cutie Quest.
Those are so fun.
Yeah. So Danielle who had the idea, and I was like, okay, are you, okay, I kind of get it. And then it's been like, all businesses are like, how'd you do that? I want to do that. And so it's just, y'all have such a great time, and now you help with the Cutie Quest and Jen, and it's a lot of work.
I mean, Danielle is a rock star. Like, she knows how to code stuff. She's like, I'm just going to put this thing there. I'm like, way over my head.
But
so that's her baby.
Yeah. So now we've done, I think 2019 we did like movie nights.
Okay.
And then so this April we did the quest, which we try to do that every once in a while. And I feel like that's just a kind of, we want it. It's like almost like we like to see it as like a gift to the customers, because we give out a whole lot of money on Cutie Quest nights, and then also in June and November. But it's just a lot of fun.
And I think it was getting families involved, because they were like, my husband's on his phone searching too, or
they're doing it together.
Yeah.
So May, Cutie Patent.
Yay! That's even better.
That was amazing, man. It's been a year with our legal team. We can't really talk about a lot of it, but again, relying on God and trying to like do the right thing and just give it to Him. I can't talk about it, so certain things, but even like we showed you all the videos of the knockoffs of the Cutie Pat that are so unsafe, and just trying to figure out, like, this is very new to us, and getting the patent and being able to enforce, like, it's not just that they're copying us, it's that this is unsafe for babies. I mean, I got a DM this week, and it was the Cutie Pat flat, and it was somebody selling it on Facebook Marketplace, and it was one of those knockoffs with the skinny handles, and it was like, never used, never opened. I'm like, it has been opened, because that's not our Cutie Pat.
Yeah.
But so we've had to navigate. Now we have a whole legal team that has to do that, and they do a great job. But it's stressful, and that was new for us in 2020. Vaporins launched.
Yes.
Love the vape. This is our new packaging that just came out.
I love this
it's
packaging.
It's so much better to ship.
Yes.
So much easier. The boxes were just hard. But we partnered with Kelsey at Vaporin Baby, and our love for supporting other small businesses and things that we love. Like we preach about originality and supporting each other, and we just love everything with doing that with Aloha bags and Vaporins. That's just really who we are. So June. June
was a hard year. Or hard. Oh, it felt like a year. It was a month.
Yeah, it was only a month. So June is our anniversary. It's just 7 years.
It was 7.
7 years.
We kept thinking it was 6, and then I was like, I think you looked at my necklace, and we were like, oh, it's 7.
Yeah. 7. So June, because this is the first time where COVID in China or with our manufacturers was really affecting us. And so we had it all planned out week by week and day by day. And it was just like, just throw it out the window. Because it didn't happen like that.
I mean, like, we would have like stage 1 in this color, or we might have flat in this color, or we might have tinsel in this one, but we had nothing of like a full launch of anything.
Yeah.
So it was just a mess.
We were grateful for something.
Because that was really like, before that, I felt like we kind of already had the products. And June was where it really was like COVID really affected us.
Yeah. But not only just like them, like I said earlier, of them not being able to get back to the manufacturer, the facility, but like there wasn't enough people, but also shipping. Like shipping, there was so much changes with DHL and UPS and FedEx, and like only shipping, PPE, which is great, and we're like, that's what we support.
Yeah.
But that's the first time we actually experienced it. And Judy, I just want to show you the love that we have for our manufacturer. She was able to get me masks. That we were able to give to local hospitals. And I think I talked about it a little bit in stories, but just the love that like we really see her as family and what she was doing. A few times she would ship stuff and I'd come up here and meet a lady, her husband worked at the med. And so our local hospitals weren't able to get that stuff. So whatever we got, we just gave to them. And so my other Kevin, his brother manufactured stuff, and so I was able to get them in touch with another local hospital. It was just crazy. They're using a pacifier lady to make these connections. But yeah, that's how God moves, So yeah, I wanted to say that. But yeah, June was, and I feel like that's who we are. We're very flexible. It's a core value. We had to be extremely flexible.
Yes. I mean, even all of our non-local, like, hey, you put all these graphics together, guess what? We're not doing those 3 colors. We're going to do 3 totally different colors. And please delete the stage 1s because those aren't launching that day. Oh, great. We got a box in. We're launching this in 10 minutes. Please do a graphic. Please post, So
and even Trent with videos like,
oh, yeah.
Okay, can we send this to, like, what do? We did the, there's like,
Army Malibu.
Army. We did like Toy Story kind of theme.
Yes,
and very grateful for him, like just last minute, like, hey Candace, can you be this voice,
Yeah.
But that's just flexible. And I feel like that's who we are, but it was like, again, relying on the Lord and being like, just, okay, Lord, we're going to do your will and it's going to be okay and we're going to get through it. And it was great.
Yeah.
Our team worked really hard in June. I know we also launched the Cub. Cutie Cub. Now he's available in a lot of beautiful colors. So we have the Cub.
So sweet.
We also launched the Judy Clip. We also have videos on both of those items, so you can go back if you want to know more behind the scenes and how long how long took to perfect them.
Because the Cub took a really long time. And you want to watch the video because you want to see our first one. It was not so pretty.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But he's cute now.
He's so cute.
Yeah. So I feel like June, me and Brett were talking about, and I really feel like June we had to really ad lib, like Whit was talking about, like, oh, we just got this. All right, it's going right now in 10 minutes. Back then we planned ahead, but now we plan even farther. Like we've already ordered through,
through May.
May, yeah.
Well, I think we're through half of May, yes.
Yeah. Where before we were doing like 3 months, now we're doing that's January, February, March, April, May. So that's 5 months in advance. And that's not only because of shipping, but that's because we don't know if there's another wave of COVID, or we don't know what is going to happen with China, or we don't know what's going to happen in the United States. Like, are we going to have to close? And so just the unknown and like the business decisions, trying to, again, that weight of having 70 people on your shoulders, it's a lot. And it's a lot of just giving it to the Lord. And, but it's changed how we do business.
It just allows us to adapt more. And so to try to be more prepared for what could happen.
Right.
So
be flexible.
Definitely.
We always say we're flexible. You know those memes? No, they're not memes. They're GIFs, right? Are they memes? You know, like
GIFs.
When you're texting
Oh,
and
that's
it's like,
a GIF.
Just kidding.
Where it moves.
Yeah. We always do like the one where they're putting their legs over her head. We're flexible. We're flexible. Jennison knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, now we plan like way far in advance. And to think we have Ellie's. Your love's here.
She'll be right there.
FedEx.
Yeah.
In a Penske rental. What were we talking about?
They've had to adapt a lot this year too. All the shipping companies.
Yeah. So yeah, that was June. We planned really far in advance, and it's crazy to think now we have like a planning room that has like, we have so much on the wall. Like we're ready.
Well, and just crazy because in the house, like, I feel like you had planning all on your shoulders and stuff too, and like
now
the fact
I
that
put
you
it on hers and Danielle and Sarah.
But like we couldn't plan too far ahead because we were in your house. So now like with the
we
warehouse,
have room. Yeah,
we can now plan ahead because we have more space too.
Yeah.
So that's great.
And I think it's crazy, even we were talking about like, we sometimes compare to like June or we compare to last December, and just the amount of products that we have now than what we had last year is insane.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about them.
Yeah.
But Cub, Judy, and then next July, Lanyard and Loop. Those were again, we have a YouTube video on that, so just go watch that and kind of explain how long that all took. But COVID affected that, but now the classes, when I use it daily with my mask, and then also you can use it with your cup holders and your sippy cups and your Cubs, and you just connect it to the stroller.
Yeah.
And then a lot of in the beginning, we were selling loops where you hooked them together and used them for your mask.
And then I used it on my keychain as well. I love it. So
a lot of new products, and those took longer, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. August we launched the bulb, and we did the first pre-sale. I think it was the Cooper.
Oh yes,
It
was our sports clips.
Y'all blew us away.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I can see pictures, and the girls were in there making clips. So that was August.
Yeah, and that was
even
an
make
experience.
clips.
I know. They taught me how to make. I was like, what?
Yeah. You gave more respect to the makers.
I did, because I was like, my hands hurt. Oh gosh,
I need tape.
I know. But yeah.
So that was August. September we did the we did the Cole and the Quinn. We did customs.
Yeah, I think Quinn was October.
Yeah,
right, because it was It was our last one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we did the website where and that was, like she said, October, where you got to like pick the colors, and Ken and Eli did a phenomenal
gosh,
job.
that was so cool.
We updated our website. I forgot about
Yeah.
that. So whole new website. Hello. The team worked really, really hard on that. I'm just telling, there's a lot. It's crazy. Like when you all see it on paper, you're like, wow,
A lot happened this year.
a lot happened this year. Probably one of our biggest months was October. You had the Target side cap, where you got the 3 colors: Coastal, Ballet, and Heron. And that's in the Judy, and the Stage 1, Flat, and Bold. So find those in Target.
Huge. Yeah.
That was like a God thing too. Like they just called us and they're like, hey, we have this opportunity, and we're like, praise Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, like it was a beautiful thing. Lift our spirits. We had the Cutie Boo.
Yes. Oh, it was so
And that
fun.
was kind of, I had been talking to Brett earlier, and I just felt like, we were supposed to do like 6 or 7 modern baby markets throughout the year. And so COVID, we didn't do any of those. And I just feel like we need something for people to look forward to.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. Cutie Boo, we had the whole building decorated. Y'all drove in from crazy places, 13, 14 hours. Yeah, Michigan, like Illinois. We had husbands driving for their wife. You know, like
that's cool.
It was just really cool, and so that was a moment I'll remember for a very long time.
And I think it was cool to like see the faces and so many of our customers. So that was really awesome.
And like the other baby markets, that's what I've gotten to experience, and I wanted our team to experience. Like it's just really cool, just the community and the love that we have for you and you have for us. And so we made the Cutie Boo kits, and so we launched a lot in October. We had the Roper clip.
Oh yes.
We had the kids lanyard,
Which we waited
the clasp.
Forever for the kids lanyard.
It felt like forever. Shipping those was kind of so when I shipped in November, right? I shipped Black Friday. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is hard for shipping. Like I did a bad job. Like how do you tell the difference? Kid
is on the back on the SKU. That's the only way you know.
Yeah.
But,
Clasp, love.
These are amazing.
Love my clasp. One of my favorite, besides the holder and the pat, that's like a close number 3 of my favorite products is the clasp. And then so the Roper, clasp, Aloha tote.
Oh yes.
It's in there, but y'all know what it looks like.
I love the totes.
TJ Maxx happened.
That was huge.
That was another God moment for 2020. I feel like we had a lot of God moments. There was kind of a misunderstanding. We had ordered, like we said, we have to order so far in advance. And so we met with our Target buyer, March?
Maybe.
March.
When you met.
I think March. And so like we knew, like they were like, no, we don't want this, we want that. Well, so we went ahead, I think a few months later, and went ahead and ordered. Well, then come back in like August, they're like, we don't want this. And we're like, oh my gosh, that's $150,000 that we ordered that you don't want anymore. Oh my gosh! In another moment, you're like, God, here it is.
Yeah.
This is this thing that 150,000. Like, what do you want us to do? And then TJ Maxx calls. That's a God moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, just really grateful for that collaboration. We're more grateful for Target because I feel like it's part of our core values. We're always learning. We're always flexible. That's who we are, and so we're grateful for both of those entities.
I just think it's cool, TJ Maxx. Like, I love going to TJ Maxx and finding those things that you can get at TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
And I just think it's cool that we're there too, and just being able to reach more customers. And,
Yeah.
I just think it's awesome.
Ryan went to TJ Maxx with Biba a few weeks ago, and I was like, "Did you see us?" She's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "We're in TJ Maxx." She's like, "No, you're not." I'm like, "Yes, we're in TJ Maxx." She didn't believe me.
Yeah.
I can't impress that chick.
Only your basketball skills.
Only my basketball skills. It's the only thing. She's like, "You play basketball?"
Or do a TikTok dance.
She's impressed with my TikTok skills. But yeah, that was very, I mean, I'm just telling you, like, we've had so many God moments through this year. November, we launched the slant.
wait.
Did I miss something?
Something.
Oh, the kits.
The kids.
The kids, boy and girl. We
Yes.
do have a neutral kit coming January in Target, so that's going to be, oh my gosh, it's weird to say it's almost January.
Yes.
It's just hard to think. Like, I feel like I would say, oh, it's January. I'm like, oh, that's next month. Like, that's a few weeks.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that. So we're excited for Target and the kits and everything that's going. Y'all know from my stories, we recently had to let go a few makers, which is a part of that 2020 that's like really been hard, and like balancing and relying on the Lord what to do. But yeah, Target cut the Quinn.
Quinn, yes.
And that was like 1,200 clips a week that now we weren't making. And it was just like, ugh. Like, I know when that happened and that situation happened, it was just like.
Once you really were fighting for the Quinn.
Yeah. Well, we didn't even pitch the Judy to Target. Like, we were just like, this is who we are, and this is how we, built ourselves, and this is what we're like. The pride I have for my makers is strong, and just seeing them see their clips that they made, a handmade item in Target, just to say, oh, we don't want that. It was just like, okay. But yeah, so we've been praying since August, that decision of what to do. And so this, last week we had a cut, and it was hard, and it was.
Well, we were hoping that they would continue to have us stock us through January was what we were told, and then it ended up being that they stopped in November.
Yeah.
So that's why we kind of had to make the decision earlier than we would wanted to. Yeah.
So that was probably it's crazy, it's probably the hardest thing of 2020 for me was letting go makers, just because of what's going on in the world and COVID and having to make these hard decisions. But yeah, just, it's hard. It sucks. It sucks having to make those decisions. It really does. So then we had the slant. That one, I feel like the slant was pretty fast. I don't know.
The bulb felt like it took forever.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it was during COVID when you were trying to get it, you know, I mean, you started way before that, but then it was like, so you had to wait longer to get, the samples back and get it fixed. But yeah, I feel like the slant was much faster.
Yeah, and it's weird because now I'm like, oh, we have 5 nipples, and I'm like, whoa, it just all happened so fast, with the new kits will have the slant inside. But yeah, November, so it was gonna be, it really wasn't, we're very grateful for November.
Oh, yes.
It was, it wasn't as crazy as June.
But we definitely had to switch some things around.
Yeah.
We kind of were like, oh, first week is Christmas. Second week is...
It was supposed to be Arctic Sage and
mauve. Yes, because really
they
look so pretty together. Then the third week is going to be a pat with the Judy all included.
Chocolate and navy and Pinot.
Mm-hmm.
So we were trying to do like Christmas. Y'all remember Chase's video? It was really funny. Then we were trying to do like kind of Eastery theme, like more pastels kind of. And then it was like chocolate and wine, like adultish,
Yeah.
And then we did the kits.
Yeah, the multi-sets with the 3 different colors in the same stage, which y'all love.
Yeah. We'll probably do that again. Maybe. Maybe.
But yeah, we were waiting on mauve. So Mauve threw a wrench in our plans, so we kind of had to switch things up. So the team was great about making last minute changes again.
And that's like videographers and photographers, and that affects like everybody. Oh, we're launching this. Oh, just kidding. We're not. We're launching this by itself and this and last minute. And so we really feel like we've gotten good about being on our toes and just going with the flow. And so that was November. I feel like shipping was hard. We had Lauren leave us. She found a beautiful job somewhere else, and we're so excited for her. Courtney stayed home with her kids, and then Candace, as you know, is just had a baby. And so it was just like,
we're like,
we have to ship all these packages.
Where's our shipping team?
Yeah. But our team's, they're rock stars.
Yes.
And we, even Brett shipped.
Yes.
Hello?
I know. And Lindsay's the one that got the bell idea, which was fun.
Yeah. We're always trying to we want it, we work hard, but we want them to have fun, and it's not, you need to laugh. You need to smile and have a good time, and I feel like we know how to do that here. We know how to mix and Brett was like, I wouldn't have shipped if there wasn't a bell.
He needed a challenge.
He needed a goal. So by the end of the end of your batch, you have nothing left and you didn't mess up anything. I just forgot 15 ornaments. So, but I think y'all got them now. So I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
And we did. I think on Black Friday we had 14,000. Well, that weekend we had 14,000, and we got all of them shipped out by the next Friday.
14,000 orders shipped out in a week.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't think we've said it, but just the month of November. So this year we did crazy every day, and then we did Black Friday, or it was actually Thursday. But we did over 42,000 orders that shipped from this building, from these people right here. Yeah. They're incredible. They are rock stars.
They are.
I hope you know, I truly mean that. They worked so hard. And Ashley and Lorena, they learned to pull. And my mom came in.
Cassie came in.
Cassie came in. She's one of our makers.
Yeah,
my BFF.
Brett's cousin.
Alexis came in. Everybody was showing up. And we kicked butt. And it's just, I feel like we're going to look back on this year and just, oh my gosh, we got through 2020. We got through. So that was November.
Yeah.
And then now it's December, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just, it's weird because, like I said, it's just gone by so fast, but it feels like so long ago. We launched the Lion.
He's so
I've told
cute.
you my mistake and cutie stories because when we were about to launch, he doesn't have a long tail. Don't lions have long tails? So he has a cub tail, but
it's really we've learned that it's for Jack.
Yes. Because y'all remember Jack, my golden, who passed away this year. That was also during March. Was that March? One of the hardest days of my life.
I feel like it was. It was probably March or April.
Yeah. Because it was during COVID.
Yeah.
But he did not have a tail.
He had a tail. He had cysts, right? And so his tail had to be cut off many years ago. Yeah. And so he had a little nub for the longest time. So
this is Jack.
This is for
This
Jack.
is for and for Halloween one year he was a lion. We put the big lion coat. So
a little mane on him.
Yeah.
So
but it is probably for safety too, because it could be a choking hazard. I think too. So hey, it worked out. We also got 2 more cutie tinsel patents, and then we got a strap patent, a cutie strap patent. So it's been a celebration. I feel like for our legal team and what we've learned and what we've accomplished, and it's been a praise Jesus kind of year. And overall, I feel like this year, looking back, we have a whole lot to be thankful for. Again, it showed how God provided through those months of uncertainty. I don't know if we can pay our bills. I don't know if we can pay our employees. I don't know. It's a lot. And praise Jesus that we were able to. And I think the biggest thing is giving him the glory, because I deserve none of it. He deserves all of it. All of it. So yeah, I think it's a new year. We are planning a lot farther in advance. We've changed our business model, I feel like, with colors, and I think that's why we're successful. People always ask us, why are you successful? And I think it's being willing to change. We change all the time.
Yes.
And I think even our makers, having to make the cuts with our makers, we're like, hey, we need more in-house. Who wants to come make clips here? Please come in. And just being flexible and being able to adapt with the changes and
that's the thing. Just because we did it this way last month doesn't mean we're going to do it that way this month.
Yeah.
So just, being very flexible.
so 2020, I don't know. I'll say we probably wouldn't miss you, but we will remember you.
Yes, we definitely will remember you.
And we're grateful for you. We're
Yes.
grateful for our community. We're grateful for our followers and just everything. We just have a lot to be grateful for, and again, giving it to the Lord. So, yay for 2021. We
Yes.
have new products, new book.
What?
Yeah.
What?
We have a lot planned. We have the preemie that's getting super duper close. We have a new product that I'm doing a video on today that you will learn about very soon. But yeah. Anything else I'm missing?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're hiring some more shippers
We
tomorrow.
are, yes.
Or not tomorrow, but like
We're interviewing, yes. And we
So
got-
pray for us.
Yeah, we got Courtney added this year.
Yes.
So,
We love you, Courtney.
yes. So, I think we're just so thankful for our team.
Yes.
Everyone. Local, non-local. I mean, we could not do it without every single person.
And they're all rock stars. And I mean that. Like deep down in my heart, like we're family and this is just go with the flow and be flexible. So thank y'all. Great year. And we'll see you in 2021.
Woohoo!